Hey coaches, Mark Molinari here with Coach Tactix. Today we're going to get into managing plays so that we can edit a play, make a copy of a play, and flip a play using our grid. We encourage you to use the play wizard to create your plays, but sometimes we need to make edits or make a quick copy of a play or cloning it. So we're going to get into that as well. So let's get started here underneath plays and script builders. I have made a shortcut for mine, clicking on the star, and it's underneath manage plays here, or I can just click on manage plays. As a reminder, always encourage you guys to be at 80 or 90%, especially when you're getting into our grid format. This acts like an Excel grid or Google Sheets. And then I'm going to hit the hamburger over here to make this, give myself a little real estate. First, let's just get into our settings. Here you see I have run. I've got a column that's probably a little bit too big, and I want to adjust these settings so I can keep everything on my screen. And so as I start to move these around and make them longer or shorter or wider, okay, I click on update, and that is saving to my profile. So you can see I have everything in here. If I was to go ahead and move this out just a little bit wider and click update, if I go out of here and then come back in, okay, and then go back into my dashboard, and underneath here, you'll see that it's saved. So you can see the call sheet groups has been a little bit bigger. What about there's some columns that we don't want to have? These three dots on every one of the columns will bring up some of the same options. So underneath here for formation, even though I clicked on there, I had clicked off on direction, but for right now, for temporarily, I don't need personnel in there. I'm going to bring backfield back, and let's go ahead, and we're not really interested in call sheet groups anymore. So I'm going to click apply. I have now just adjusted call sheet groups has disappeared. I've given myself just a little bit more real estate things that I can work with so that I can click on here and do some searching that we'll do in a second. Made some changes, so let's click on update, and then we'll go from there. Okay. If I got rid of something temporarily and I just said, hey, you know what, this column here, I'm going to get rid of field and boundary, click apply and okay. All right. And I was to clear this as well. And I click on load. It will now bring back field and boundary because that was what was saved. Field and boundary has now reappeared. All right. Let's get into some heavy filtering now. That's what we have. You'll notice that I have 156 plays down here in the corner, and we want to look at those counters. So underneath concept, I'm going to start to type in the word counter, and you'll notice that if I just put in C, it's going to bring anything up that has a C in it. So that will bring up counter and screen. Okay, but I wanted to go a little bit further without having to type everything in. Here are the 6 counters that I had before. The next way we can filter, we can just type in left, and we'll filter these by the left hash, or I can clear that filter by clicking right next to that. And then the next way, we can just have these filter by alpha or Z to A to Z or Z to A. I click right here, you'll see that this arrow is telling me, hey, you're now filtering left to right. So I'm looking at all of them. Maybe I wanted to filter by formation, get them together. I have 2 dips, 2 pros, and 2 trolls, and I'm filtering in this direction. Let's go ahead and filter one more time. Let's maybe by motion. So now I've got counter on there. I'm filtering alphabetically, and then I'm going to hit a J, and now I'm going to bring in all of the J's. So I have 3 filters: counter, formation filter A to Z. I can go Z to A, and then only the motions that have jet, and then we'll go ahead and clear that filter. Now I've got back to all 6. If I wanted to just look at the orbit motions, there they are. All right. We have a pencil. Pencil allows you to edit a formation. For right now, we're going to go ahead and delete this the right hash play, just so I can show you a couple things here for our demo. It says, are you sure you want to delete that? I've now deleted the right hash. We're going to edit this play. And I'm going to add just a couple more situations. For right now, we'll say, hey, we're going to add this. We're going to add a demo there. And we're going to say that we like it on versus red, in the red versus Oswego East as well. Let's click on save. I have the copy icon or clone, and then I have flip. We're going to go ahead and flip this play just like we do in the play wizard. It says, are you sure you want to flip this counter right? I do want to flip the counter right. It kept the orbit motion. Everything is now flipped from left to right, and now I've recreated that play just like we did in the play wizard. We can clone the play. This is similar to using as a template. So you guys, as I've told you before, I always like to work on the left hash. I'm going to go ahead and clone this play. It is the exact same play. It will have a unique ID. that we'll use for later on down the line. But instead of using the wizard, I'm going to go ahead and double click. I don't want to use this out of Pro anymore, so I double click in here, and we're going to put this in the Adobe formation. Let's go ahead and change the motion as well. We'll go ahead and go jet right on here, and let's save the play. So we were using that out of the Adobe formation. So let's go back and click out of there. There is my Adobe. I had to click out of that filter just because I was filtering it down too much. There's my Adobe. All right, if I clicked one more, there it was in the right formation. Let's go ahead and flip it again. We have now flipped it right and left. Let's clear that filter and just look at our counters. And now we have 8 counters. 4 on the left, 4 on the right. So we have our edit command, clone or copy, use as a template. We have our flip icon, and then we can delete as well. Remember that we can move these columns in and out at any point. And this is really a grid or Google Sheets or a table, but it's still really a database. And we're just constantly filtering and trying to get to things, make some edits, or just have a feel for what we're looking for. Hope this helped you. If you have any questions, always reach out to us at CoachTactix.com, and looking forward to working with you guys in the future. Thank you.